If an officer stops you, always be polite and never ever run away. Promise mama you'll keep your hands inside. Is it a gun? Is it a knife? Is it a wallet? This is your life. It ain't no secret. It ain't no secret. No secret, my friend, you can get killed just for living in your American skin. Oh.
What can this out the problem you niggas know? What can this out the problem you niggas know?
Keep your gaze, with your flow. Can't fuck with this top dog shit though. Keep your gaze, with your flow. Can't fuck with this top dog shit though. Keep your gaze, with your flow. Can't fuck with this top dog shit though. Keep your gaze, with your flow. Can't fuck with this top dog shit though.
Wish I could see other Selassie. Maybe my sovereignty will still be mine. If all the gangs in the world unify, we stand a chance against the military tonight. I said we stand a chance against the military tonight. I said we stand a chance against the military tonight.
Babylon, Babylon. At my window, all I see is Babylon. On the news, all I see is Babylon. And all niggas do is just Babylon. Money and hoes, more money and hoes. If I sold dope, I'd have plenty of flows. I was from the projects like J-Rock. I would've more than likely slang rock. All my life, I done been around Crips and Bloods, pimps and thugs. Just to name a few. I do drugs, mama say it's in my blood, but she don't know what the fuck I've been through. To creep through the back door, the typical black boy in the good old USA. Before I push rhymes like Wade, I used to want to play for the NBA. Fuck I'm doing talking about pineal gland. Ancient ways of Sumerian. Ain't nothing wrong with a righteous man. That's why I had to write this, man. For my niggas on the corner selling water, let somebody daughter fluctuating prices, man. I ain't got no dabble. I ain't trying to fight nobody battle. I just want to be free. I ain't trying to be nobody shadow. Nobody shadow. Nobody shadow. Nobody shadow. Nobody shadow.
Wish I could see other Selassie. Maybe my sovereignty will still be mine. If all the gangs in the world unify, we stand a chance against the military tonight. I said we stand a chance against the military tonight. I said we stand a chance against the military tonight.
Them AK clips, they extra peel. Smoking on some of that extra kill. Purple, Urkel, that Jaleel. I put that on everything. If we could link up every gang, and niggas is willing to bear the pain, we put the White House lights out today.
Okay, KK.
We mobbing like we the black KKK. Don't forget my AKA Mayday. P on your PhD or your AA. Hey, dear Barack, I know you're just a puppet, but I'm giving you props. You're lying to the public like it ain't nothing, and I just love it. I hope it don't stop. I don't give a damn, nigga, bang that block. I don't give a fuck, nigga, bang that Glock. I seen an image of Hitler in the picture when the Twin Towers dropped. People the concept, you got progress, you got Congress. We protest in hopes they confess. Just proceed on your conquest. I ain't got no gavel, I ain't finna fight nobody battle. I just wanna be free, I ain't finna be nobody chattel. Nobody chattel, nobody chattel, nobody chattel.
Wish I could see other Selassie. Maybe my sovereignty will still be mine. If all the gangs in the world unify, we stand a chance against the military tonight. I said we stand a chance against the military tonight.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. Hey, what's going on, Cassidra?
What's going on? It's all good. How was your day?
Oh, you already know it was good. It was good for me.
I know every day is a good day.
Every
day is a great day.
Facts.
Just seeing what everybody, you look out and you see everything that's going on, and you be like, wow, I'm glad I'm alive right about now because I'm seeing all the fun stuff. These white folks having a fit, ain't they, about it?
It's the best time to be alive.
He tearing their behinds up. It's just so funny. How much Elon Musk and how much money he did lost? He gonna try to treat people bad and then want people to support his cars and his investments. Get out of here, man. He is so funny. You're in America. Where you think you at?
Yo,
I'm sorry.
fact.
It's just so funny with them.
No, you're all good.
Just sit back and just watch them, just watch. I got my popcorn. Y'all got y'all popcorn, audience.
And shouts out to Matron in the building. Y'all make sure y'all support Matron and what she's doing and her reading. She reading like a lot of good information, a lot of good books. So y'all check her out and subscribe to her channel. Yeah. I think you could put it in there too, Matron, if you want to put your channel in there. And shouts out to my brother Anthony in the building. Shouts out to my brother. What's going on?
Anthony. Hello.
Yeah, so you know what, Cassidra, I guess we just get into it and we'll see where it goes, you know what I'm saying? So we'll get into some of the topic and just see.
Let's see what you got.
Wait, hold on, let me stop it. Let me try it again. It won't go how to. I don't know why it's not showing the whole thing no more, so all right. And let me know if you can hear it.
Okay.
I don't like being called racist in here.
Yeah.
I don't like being called racist in here. You hate when we use the word racist. You hate being attacked. You hate when we bring up race and everything. But then when we have an opportunity to show that we're not racist, you let me down every time. Every time. And I sit here and we talk about our families, we talk about our kids, we go on trips together, and then we talk about not funding state, not using our state dollars to go to white supremacy programs, and then we table it. You want to talk about some stuff? Let's talk about how they just took almost $7 million from the College of Charleston because they want to help black kids. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about all the amendments that are in the state budget right now to defund all the black programs that are going across the state. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about AP African American Studies that was banned from this state. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the attacks that you got going on people who don't look like you. Let's talk about it. Why do we continuously do this to our kids? Why? What is it that you're doing? What are you showing your kids? That public funds can go to white supremacy programs? We just had an issue at USC where all those kids felt scared. Matter of fact, we just had the Patriot Front on our steps last week. What are we doing here?
I'm trying to bite my tongue and let him finish. I lasted for. This is a good question. Why? Why are you? What are you doing here? What example is you setting for your damn kids? That's the question that I'm going to ask you. You sitting up here crying to them white folks. Oh, we took trips together. I done been with a Becky or two. I done had my white girls in my day, and you go give all my money to the duh, bro. What are you thinking? What example? That's the real question, to make it sound positive. What example are we setting? And to hell with them. What example are we setting with the weak ass mentality that we seem to have? You know what I'm saying? So I'll let him finish.
Tell me what we're doing. Don't try to explain to me, well, I thought it was this, or nah, it's that. Nah, Jermaine, we want to see equality. We give you an opportunity every single time. And here we go again.
Every single damn time. For equality. You don't want equality, though. That's where he's lying at. He want comfort. He want to be able to sit around. If he gets treated unfairly, if he gets to sit around that white girl comfortably, then it's okay. But every single time they show his ham pots, that I don't know. I'm gonna stop.
I was in the back. I was ready to go just like y'all are. But here we go. Every single time you get an opportunity to show us something different, you show us who you are.
Every single time. Let me go to the first time in 1400. No, that wasn't the first time. I can't tell you the first time, but every single time, like literally every single time they showed you who you are. It's crazy.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Cassandra. What you think about this?
I'm loving it. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh my God!" Sounds like he sounds like he thought he was part of the family. Two, sounds like he got a little wake up call. Three, how many times do they need to show you who they really are? And when are you gonna believe it? When? That's what I need to know. When are you going to believe it?
Never believe it.
Never. And it's like they have to cuss you out. Just because they didn't call you the N-word does not mean that they don't think you one. They show you often. Every time they do something, they show you. And you still sit up there and say, no, that's my friend. That's my boy right there. Dude, what you talking about?
That's a good one. That's a good one. He's one of the good
Exactly.
ones.
And you know how many times you see that? Then don't let me try to get in there and say something about him. They'll fight me over white boy. So I'm like, you know what? This. I'm enjoying popcorn. I told you, I got my popcorn, and I'm sitting on the side, and I'm just watching them. Because why are you fooled, or why are you upset? It's not like you don't know who they are. You don't know how they are by now. You still going on family trips with them for what? Are you serious? This is just hilarious. He's mad, and they looking at him like, I don't give a damn you mad about. We're gonna keep voting the same way. They don't care. They like to see him frustrated like that. They do it just so he can do this. They love just, okay, we getting under his skin. Good job, y'all. Good job. Just like I seen where Trump was doing what? Took the bill away from segregation or something. I'm like, good. Black folk mad. Why are you mad why are we mad when white folk do what white folk do? Why? Why are we mad when we see devils doing what devils do? I'm like, sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. You taking away what I'm gonna try to find it. You taking away segregation, right? Or I'm gonna look it up first. But Phil was talking about it, right? And I was like, why are we mad about this? Let's create, white folk, do you a favor. Let's create our own. That's all we got to do is create our own. And I'm gonna send it to you. It says Trump revokes hold on, I'm gonna tell you this thing. Come on here. Hold on, it went off. Hold on. He said Trump revokes the 1965 anti-segregation order. What does that mean? Who cares? We shouldn't have never left out what we had in the first place. He doing you a favor, and black folk mad. I ain't mad about it, because we need to start creating our own stuff anyway. Every time they put their hands to something, it's a disaster. And now we got an opportunity to show them what we're working with. Support our own black stores right now. Support our own everything, online everything. Take your money away from them and watch and see what happens. But every time you have them, we got to go here and do this. Senator, what's that? South Carolina state rep. Why is he upset? Why? You're in a position to do something for black people. What are you doing for black people? Are you bringing reparations to the forefront? Are you talking about that? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Why he mad? Who cares?
Yeah, and shouts out to Raw in the building. And they're gonna fight us, Cassidra, for even saying, because we had the audacity to not I don't know what we didn't do, but they be mad at us and fight us because we like, it is what it is. You'll never be comfortable. I'm sorry to break it to you. Like, newsflash, you know what I'm saying? Never. You'll never, ever. Like, I'm not going to say equality because you don't really, you know deep in your heart, you'll never have equality. But you have faith and hope in that your love might be enough for you to get some kind of comfort, but you'll never, ever, they're going to show you every single time about that. But anyway, Cassandra.
Every time. And we still get mad every time. We still get mad every time. Why? I can't understand that. Some people want to pull. It was an incident, right, that happened this weekend. White girl want to pull you into some stuff. I'm looking at her like, you got this one, honey. You got to you better run with it. Because I ain't wasting my time. I swear, for what? Because you want somebody to hear what you got to say, and don't nobody care what you got to say. And got mad because I didn't care. I don't care what you got to say. I don't want to hear it. Talk, go tell somebody they want to hear it, because I don't want to hear it. I don't hold my tongue at work. I don't talk to these people. I don't care. Because ain't nobody got time. I don't care. I don't. She was mad. No, get out of here. But we have to get beyond this. Okay, instead of him getting mad, what else could he have done? Put a law out there. Get you 5 or 6 black whatever reps that'll support something that black folk. You ain't put nothing out there for black people. So when they went against your whatever, he said they took so much money from the school, right? Well, what did you do about it besides get mad?
Yeah, talk about resources. Talk about how you could give resources to that community. You know what I'm saying? To hell with everybody else. You know?
Exactly. Why are you mad? Do a fundraiser. Do something that can concentrate on your whatever that is you're supposed to be doing in South Carolina. You ain't gotta beg them crackers for nothing.
Yeah.
And then we understand that we're gonna stay in the same position we're in now. But I'm gonna tell you what, Trump is making black folk do for black folks. Period. Do with black folk. Support your own. Stop getting mad when this man doing stuff. Count it as a blessing. He making black folk do for black folk. Good. Support your own. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say I could never do that, I guess, you know. But shouts out to Erica in the building. Grandma used to say, I appreciate you coming through, Erica. So anyway, yeah, I definitely agree with you, Cassidra. And maybe we'll get to a point where we'll realize, like, damn, since we can't, maybe they shouldn't be taking our tax money. We should be mad about it. And then now we'll be maybe let's just not taking our tax. Hey.
Well, you ain't gonna need tax anyway. He fired all the IRS people, ain't he? Don't know what to worry. He done fired all them federal workers.
I hope so.
And
I
most
hope they
of
mess
them
up all that.
His own people. You know them crackers mad. Good. Now what you gonna do? Y'all wanted this man in so bad. He doing something totally different than he did the first round. He said, come on, let me in there, boy. He giving them a rocky duck, ain't he? He done turned into a whole new devil.
All right. So, and I'm going to see what you think about this, Cassidra. I guess I should have already had it, but
people keep asking my opinion about Target as a black vendor who used to sell at Target. Don't go there. They dropped us. They dropped us along with a bunch of other black vendors without a lot of notice. We have 20,000 units in our warehouse now that we're trying to sell on our website, www.likeyoucards.com. There are tons of other creators of color who had contracts that were dropped. So yeah, support people, small businesses via their websites, not Target.
All right, so
totally agree. Totally love it. Love it. We need our own websites to, like we have the black, the black whatever I told you. I can't remember her name now. But hey, add your website to her website. It's time for us to join together. If we have 5 different black websites, join up together so that we can spread it out. So we can only support. And I'm loving this because I'm seeing where we're forced to do what we need to do. This is good. Why would we not like this? Because we so busy being up under white folks behind that we can't think about doing anything ourselves on our own without them. Man, please. We used to do everything without them until your boy MLK said, hey, I have a dream. And took your power. And took all of your power and gave to the white folk. Come on now.
But it might show how we feel about each other. The fact that we need to put all of this aside because we might be forced to have to unite and do our own thing. So instead of doing that, we need to put aside whatever needs that we have to not be killed and have good food and not have our children but we need to put all that aside for a second because we might be forced to have to stand on our own too.
Hey, it's about time. That's what I say to that. I hope they do say that. Say it. And what we do is show it. The ones that want to support each other, we do it. And the ones that want to hang up on, what was that? What was that? What movie was that? Where you see that man crying after Massa? What that nigga doing on the name? What movie was that?
Oh yeah, Django.
Exactly. Come on now. What are we doing? Let's get busy. Let's support each other. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm like, oh, the Most High doing this. I love it. This will make us do what we need to do. About
Yeah.
time, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean,
Totally.
and Matron said, "Why are you dependent on Target to move your merchandise in the first place?"
Exactly. And they showed them as soon as DEI was done, they dropped all of them, every last one of them. Ain't that something? So we were supporting them through Target. Why didn't you have your own website in the first place? Why is it you think you need to have all that product, right? Why didn't you do drop shipping? All you have to do, it only costs you $50 to do a website. That's a name included. $50.
Mhm.
And maybe $30 a month. Come on now. What are we doing? What are we doing? Every Black person need their own website. What's your product? Create a website. Everything is going with website anyway, right? So what's the problem? You don't need a brick and mortar. She didn't need all those. She said she had all that product. I'm like, why are you not doing drop shipping? I guess depending on what she's selling. But you can drop ship. Order it from somebody else. You can order your stuff and let them send it to them. I'm just saying. It's time to create your own. If you have a gift, you have a website in mind, go build one for $50. Go start it, and then you can keep it up with $36, with $20, $23, $36. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And Erica says she never liked Target and never shopped there. Like,
nope, never shopped there myself. Nope, don't go to Target at all.
And I would say this though, like as a community though, as us, as like the buyers, like we also have this responsibility, right? Because we see people in the past who have sacrificed for our communities and did what they had to do.
Yeah.
But we don't necessarily support them in their time of need. Like if somebody's and exactly, and this is a responsibility that is not just one way, it's the consumer and the business owner is a mutual relationship, you know what I'm saying? And we can't forget that, and if you're forced to see that, because I don't know if I would have sat at a lunch counter to get somebody who probably would have spat in my hamburger.
I wouldn't. I guarantee you I wouldn't been sitting there. They know, tell her what you wasn't eating. Just to think about that, I'm grossed out. Just to think about what they ate and what they drank. Oh, God, it's just making me want to throw up now.
Yeah.
You got your drink back there. What you putting in it? With your hamburger, he done dropped on the floor and kicked it under the rug and rolled it in. Who in the world? Why? Why was that a good idea? That's just gross thinking about it. What they didn't do to your food. You making them take your money, eating food that God knows probably was the sour part of the meat. You know what I'm saying? This is here. We're going to leave this in the freezer for the Black folk. The sour meat, right? Ain't no way in the world. No, thank you. I'm not interested. I don't even know how that made sense. Just sitting up here thinking about it just grosses me out. That's just like me going to my enemy's house and sitting down and having some spaghetti or something, eating behind them. Are you serious? No, thank you.
And I don't want to get, because from what I understand, from when I look at it, like if you look at it, most people that wanted, and it was a reason why, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not even gonna go into that. But most Black people like didn't want to go to the white schools. They wanted to stay in the Black schools for the most part. It was your particular people here and there, but then it became a whole system where they tried to force it. But anyway, let's go to the next thing. I ain't gonna go to that whole thing right there.
Liberty.
All right. So you see, and we're gonna talk about this next week, like them taking Black people stuff away, Cassidra. But this is the Jackie Robinson.
I don't want to overstate it.
Shouts out to Koku, Bit of Medicine in the building. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
But it's really detestable.
Thank you, Joe.
Jonathan Lemire, not you, but reports, and I hope these reports are inaccurate, that Jackie Robinson's profile has been removed from DOD websites. Please tell me that this is not true.
Sadly, it is, Joe. A page dedicated to Hall of Famer Jackie Robinson's military history has been removed from the Department of Defense's website. A previously existing article. Yeah, a previously.
What in the world? You want to say something, Cassidra? Because I'm gonna say something that's probably messed up.
Why you don't fight for a country that don't like you? Don't do anything. Don't send your children. Don't nothing. Totally separate. Good. I'm so good. I am so glad. Everything he's doing. I'm so glad. I just don't know what to do. I'm like, so what? Okay, you expect what? They're showing you who this is. Now they're doing it. They've told you. They've showed you. Now they're really showing you. So now, what can you say now? What can you say now? Or what will you say now? You see it. It's right in your face. It's right in your face. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? That's the question of the day.
Well, I'll say this, right? To anybody who's young, because I ain't talking about to know, but if you become like a freedom fighter for Black people, we're not going to erase you from the history. We're going to celebrate you in history, you know? And honestly, it's like, yo, it's kind of embarrassing to see Black people, you know, fight. Like, okay, I can get it the first time, like when George Washington and them, and maybe one other time after that. But like after that, I can't really give nobody a pass after like 1800, you know what I'm saying? And like fighting for their military, thinking that something will change. Now, it's different for the people who like went to the military and trained and got the arms and brought it back to the community and showed other people how to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's a totally different thing, right?
Yes.
But that's not
That's
what
not
we're talking about, right? We're talking about Jackie Robinson, who is known for integrating baseball, and we talk about the Negro Leagues, how the Negro Leagues was way more popular than the White Leagues. They beat them every time they played.
And we turned around and did what? Gave up everything to go join their league. What kind of, does any of that make sense to anybody? Why would I give up everything I have? We had property, schools, we had hospitals, buses, our own bus. We had everything they had. It just wasn't built up yet. But if we had kept, you know, that's what anything. The longer you stick with it, the more money you pour into it, the better it looks, right? Why didn't we stick with our own? We gave up all of that to go over there, and then we complained when we got over there. Oh, them crackers don't know how to treat us. Well, you knew that before you went over there. Why would you go? You knew that because you had just got out of slavery not that long ago. Okay. So why would you think that they changed when they didn't? Because we know what they teach their children. It passed down from generation to generation. So you're what? That's crazy. I just can't understand it. We gave up all of our power on purpose. You think he wasn't paid to do that? Think he wasn't paid? I seen him, MLK shaking her hands with the Rockefellers. Why? You're a minister, and we know what they're about. What are you shaking hands with them for? I don't understand that. Okay, I'm just saying. I hope this is making us think. I hope you got your plan in mind, because this ain't it. I just seen and I sent it to you, the Toe Ministry. I just sent that one to you. How they're taking down everything that looks like an inkling of Black.
Right.
And they're using that DEI as an excuse. But I ain't mad at you. You're gonna use it you didn't use it for us, but you're gonna use it against us now. That's crazy. This is just like, wow. That's all I can say is wow. They will never change. You're right, Eric. They will never change. But Black folk was tired of taxation without representation. But they'll never change, though. We know that. So why even attempt to go over there and join forces with people that don't like you? Then you turn around and you give them your children after 70 years. I'm waiting for the education. I cannot wait on the education. Did we even try to get with that lady forecast? The one that has the school?
No, Dan, I forgot. I didn't do it. My
Okay,
bad.
that's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I'm glad you were I gotta write it down.
That's fine. But we can, maybe we can do that next time or whenever we can get her. But I'm just saying, hey, we could start supporting her school now. We don't have to have our own school. You know what I'm saying? It's already created. Why do we need to recreate it? Why can't we go to her, join her school, and then maybe she can get one in every Black neighborhood? I'm just saying.
Right.
I think we should be buying land in America. I mean, I'm not. I'm just saying, if you plan on staying in America, but my thing is, if you plan on staying, go buy some land. Go buy you 100 acres, or get with some other people, just like that Black family that bought those 100 acres.
All right, and I'll say this too, because I agree, Erica is definitely wrong, but that's the thing about them, like everything they do. If they was to do something right, I'll be scared. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'd be terrified. But I heard
but
somebody else said that anything that they give you, who's that matron said anything the white man gives you, he can and probably and will take it away. You got that's the bet right there. Right there. Don't forget that. Anytime they keep giving Black folk anything, didn't they eventually take it? Red Fox, they gave him money. What happened? They took it. Everything.
Yeah.
Because they want to show you that I can.
Right. And they still do it now,
Exactly.
And that's what, and I wanted to say this too, like, because Erica, and she's right, like, Black people was tired of taxation without representation, right? And the way that they try to make it seem like Black people was necessary, but Black people was fighting for, like, you're gonna give us the buses to go to the Black school, not to go to the white schools or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was to get all right, you take our tax money, then you're going to put it back into our communities,
Exactly.
and then
We
that's why
have
I
it
be
a different way. Instead of just giving up anything, you threw the baby out, the bathwater out with the baby, right?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think most, like, that's why I be talking about people like Thurgood Marshall, because like they won the original case to where, okay, we're gonna give equal funding, but Thurgood Marshall was like, Thurgood Marshall went back and was like, that's not good enough, and he resued them for the thing. And he was like, well, we could never be equal unless we attend the same school system and have the same connects,
Crazy. You could have sued for economics.
They did, yeah.
Now, I don't need to go over there. Just give me what the first suit was good. Give me what you got. Give it to me. Equal everything. You giving them $1 billion, you give us $1 billion. And then if you don't, then we're going to sue you for that. That's discrimination. That's how you do it. You don't sue to come and give up. Yeah, that don't even sound right to me. You're going to sue to give up your power to go over there and join their schools when a lot of your teachers didn't even go over there with you. They didn't hire any Black teachers. I don't recall any of them Black teachers teaching in those schools, those white schools. Do you? I don't remember not one. But I'm just saying, you gave up your school. You gave up your power. Instead of fighting for economics, you fought for what? I don't know. What did you get? To join?
Yeah.
To hold a white girl's hand? To sleep with a white girl?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why they try to, because most Black people wasn't trying, like, but the way they try to make it seem, because you had the leaders, certain leaders, and then you had people like Thurgood Marshall and them pushing that kind of agenda, and then of course you had, like, that's when you start seeing the art of selling to the Negro and all of them kind of films coming out, trying to convince them to take our money, because that's what's really integrated.
Yep. That's what it was about. Money. It was all about money. That's
right. And to stop Black people from rioting in the streets. Because like I said, most Black, like if you go back through history, Black people always said no taxation. Like ever since the 1700s, the 1600s, Black people would, like, that's what they don't want you to know about history, that Black people would burn stuff down. It was like, either you're going to give us what we deserve or you're going to stop taxing us. Because they leave out the part where they say you're going to stop taxing us and we're going to keep our own money. Because that's what it was about for most people. We want the money to go into our own schools so we can have the books and the, resources, because you're taking our money, and it was not really necessarily about going to a white school, but you're not going to be taking my money and giving it to some white kid. I'm still feeling like that right now, but that's a whole nother thing though. But speaking of school, because I'm going to try to go faster through this, but I wanted to show that you sent me this one. This is a little.
Ooh, that hurt my heart so bad. I can't even watch it. Oh my God. Oof.
Yeah, I ain't even watched it yet, for real.
Oh my God. Nobody helps. Nobody helps. Nobody helps. That's
Yeah, I want to let me stop it. I want to
I can't. That hurt me so bad. I'm sure you had some black, but this is what happened when we send our children to an all-white school. But you said that they getting the best education. I don't see her getting the best of anything but an ass whooping. My thing is, why? I'm sure it might have been one black student there. Nobody helped. But this is what happened when you send your baby to an all-white, all-white anything. They can send their kids to our school, and we never mess with them, do we? We put them on anything. We let them be in the clubs. We let them come to the barbecues. We let them spend the night. We let them, hey, we best friends. But let one of ours, Ruby Bridges, go to their school, and you see the treatment that 6-year-old got. But you're going to sit up there and let them have your children unattended, unsupervised by another adult, a black adult. They could have sent those teachers over there to just be like, teachers, extra teachers in the class or something. That could have been there watching our babies. But no. But this is what we chose to do. But we've not gotten enough of that yet. They've had our babies for 70 years, and look at the schools. Look at our babies. Look at the state that our children are in.
And considering, look, Erica said she saw the comments, and so many black women were taking up for the white boy.
Oh my God! Please stop! Oh my God! I can't take it. See what I'm saying? This is the nonsense. This is the nonsense. This is why black folks still at the bottom. Y'all ass is gonna remain at the bottom because of stuff like that. You'll sit up there and agree with Go ahead. I'm gonna pass on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one because
that one hurt my heart. So, and this one right here, oh my God, I can't.
And look, I'll say this: Khalid Muhammad was like, "Why the kids?" He's like, "Because theirs is gonna grow up to do this to mine, so that's why."
Yes.
So that's all I'll say. So anyway, the family rejects this murder suicide theory, but it doesn't make sense because they be like, they don't know if they found a weapon, but how could it not be a weapon if it's? But anyway,
they didn't find a weapon, but they said murder suicide, huh? So murder suicide
doesn't make sense. Yeah,
it's crazy. They said they were the closest. Now we already know what happened. We already know them crackers got them. What they know about mountains? They didn't even know nothing about the mountains in Georgia. They probably didn't even know the mountains was there. They just disappeared. But that's okay, because everything in the dark coming to light.
Right.
Tonight, a murder-suicide investigation in Georgia, leaving a distraught family with more questions than answers.
We want to know exactly what happened to the twins.
Police say twin brothers Khaidir and Nazir Lewis were found dead by hikers on a Georgia mountain earlier this month. The brothers, weeks away from their 20th birthday, each found with gunshot wounds, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which says their preliminary investigation reveals the deaths to be a murder-suicide.
We knew right away that wasn't true.
But their relatives rejecting that characterization by police, saying the boys were close and had no history of conflict.
They're very protective of each other. I couldn't imagine them hurting each other because I never even seen them get into a fist fight before.
Relatives saying the twins had tickets for a 7 a.m. flight on March 7th from Lawrenceville, Georgia to Boston, where they were set to meet friends. But on March 8th, their bodies were found at the summit of Bell Mountain, 90 miles away from their home and in an area their relatives believe they had never visited.
How they end out in the mountains, they don't hike out there. They've never even been out there.
It's just something.
They don't know nothing about Hiwassee, Georgia. They never even heard of Bell Mountains. So how did they end up right there?
Over the weekend, authorities saying autopsies have been completed on the pair, but a medical examiner ruling had not been released because further forensic testing was needed. The Georgia Bureau of Investigations has not disclosed if a gun was found at the scene or how the twins got to the mountain, telling NBC News the investigation is active and ongoing. NBC reached out to family members for more information, but did not hear back.
They had a huge support system. Like, we know them, but they wouldn't do anything like this. Something happened in those mountains, and we want answers.
Priya Sridhar, NBC News.
All right. You want to say something first, Cassidra? Because I want to show you something. I don't know if you saw this part yet.
Okay, go ahead. Show me.
Okay, so and you can just jump in because it might be a little bit longer.
Right now at 4 o'clock, a Towns County volunteer firefighter is facing an obstruction charge after authorities say that he took photos of the bodies of Lawrenceville twins and then shared them publicly.
Exclusive details that I haven't seen elsewhere. All that to say, watch the video in full and let me know your thoughts because spending time with friends. The GBI has said that a preliminary investigation suggests that this was an MS and one of the brothers is responsible. But a lot of people, including the family, don't believe the narrative. For the full story, check out my last video. So things have been pretty quiet on the case, but yesterday it was revealed that a man named Scott Curlin, who was a volunteer firefighter out of Towns County, has been charged with misdemeanor obstruction for allegedly taking images of Nazir and Kadir's crime scene and sharing the images publicly.
Okay, we need to check him out. Hold on, Forecast. Hold. We need to check him out. Seriously, where did he get the photos? How'd you even know they were there?
He's supposed to be. Well, no, he was supposed to be a firefighter that got called to the scene, and for some reason, this one is the one he sent out and like posted on the internet for some reason.
Go ahead. Was that Watsy, Georgia? Was that Watsy, Georgia, a sundown town? Because you know they still do exist, right? Was that a sundown town? How we spell it? Is that Watsy? How we spell Watsy, Georgia? Do you know?
No.
J-T-Z-Y or something like that. Watsy. Anybody know in the chat how we spell it?
Put Bell Mountain.
Bell Mountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, here we go. It's H-I-A.
H-I-A.
W-A-S-S-E-E, Georgia.
Wow. I've never heard of that. Have you?
No. Bakari said, there you go. Bakari in the chat. Have y'all heard of it?
Oh, have you heard of Georgia? Is that a sundown town, Bakari?
Erica said, yeah, a known sundown town.
See there? You ain't gonna tell me them. I'm telling you. Them boy, how did they get up there? They didn't know nothing about Georgia. It was coming from somewhere else. I don't know nothing about the mountains. You know, black folk don't go to mountains like that.
Yeah, I can imagine it's a sundown town. It's probably just like it is here, like
they still
in the
exist.
counties and stuff.
Yes, they still exist, and people don't understand that those towns still exist. Remember that other dude that was found in Georgia? Remember, he was in the back of his truck, the truck driver. He was like 20, 21, 20, I think, and he was found hung in the back of his truck in some part of Georgia. Was that the same part? I'd love to find out.
I'm not sure if it's the same part, but I know they both probably sundown towns.
I guarantee you.
Yeah, but he said black folk love going to the mountains in Georgia.
Not me.
Know the boys lived in Atlanta. They were 90 miles away from Atlanta. So they wouldn't. So they was pretty much 90 miles away from where they were supposed to be, in the mountains somewhere.
And they had a flight to catch.
Yeah.
They was going to Boston. So who picked them up? Did the Uber? How did they get to the airport? Or who picked them up from the house? It's between, I guarantee it could have been an Uber. You just never know. Because anything can happen with an app, an Uber app. You can assume that, get in the wrong car and you think it's anything could happen. But where did they start from? How did they get, or how was it? It's so many questions here. So many questions. Did they get a Lyft? Did they get an Uber? Or how did they get from their house to wherever? That's where it started, from their house. It could have been where you picked up an Uber and you thought, hey, I'm getting into an Uber, a car pull up, you get in, that's why I'm always checking. Hey, who you here for? I need to see something, snapshot or license plate or something. Seriously. But they thought they were safe. It was two of them. You know, you never know. Maybe they was out there. Maybe they was catching an Uber to the airport and a van drove up and snatched them. You got me and 6, 7 men to 2 boys. You're gonna lose every time. I'm telling you, this is crazy.
Yeah. Let me see.
For allegedly taking images of Nazir and Kadir's crime scene and sharing the images publicly. And it gets worse. These images, according to Cody Alcorn of 11 Alive News, were also allegedly shared amongst students at a local high school.
Cody's live for us tonight in the newsroom. And Cody, the family is reacting to what's really disturbing development.
That's right, Jennifer and Ron. Obviously, they are disgusted by all of this. Now, we don't know just how many people shared this horrific picture of the twins' dead bodies, but tonight I confirmed with the Towns County schools the picture had been shared among students.
Scott Curlin was allegedly called to the scene when Nazir and Kadir's bodies were found. It's incredibly disheartening to learn that someone who may have been sent to assist at the scene would allegedly do something this callous. So ask yourself and let me know in the comments.
Yeah, because when people talk about the police, we don't talk about the ambulance people and the firefighters. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like I knew I went to school with some white boy. His dad was a firefighter, but he was a typical white boy, you know what I'm saying? And I know we know the stories from back in the day, but I know we imagine that it's different. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
My thing is, just like Kobe Bryant, remember that somebody took a picture of him and his daughter? His wife sued them, honey. So that family need to get your attorney and sue the crap out of him and his little daughter there. Sue his behind. Teach him to take pictures of somebody's death scene. No respect. See, these crackers don't have no respect for nobody, not even themselves. None. And we want to be hooked up with them. We want to marry and mix and mingle with them. We want to live amongst them. It's time for us to be separated. Because guess what? If we were separated, this wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, and Erica said took pictures for a trophy, and
yeah,
probably.
Yep, Kobe Bryant. They did the same thing to Kobe and his daughter. Took pictures of them at their, when they got in the crash. Why would you do that? That's just the same way the man did when he took pictures of what's that other young man that got killed in Georgia. Georgia's just not safe to me in them rural counties. Ahmaud Arbery, remember when the man took pictures with them chasing him down and shooting him and stuff? The man had a whole video. Why are you looking at that? Why is that so entertaining to these people? Are devils. I don't care. They come to kill, steal, and destroy. I swear that's who children they are. If we don't know that by now, we're done. If we don't know that by now, who these people really are. And they show you often. They show you all the time who they really are.
Yeah. Erica said it will still be happening. It has always happened. Yeah, facts. And Matron said these people are obsessed with seeing black people dead. Their fetishism of us is sick. Yeah.
These are disgusting people. They are so disgusting. Best thing we could do is separate from them. I swear. Trump is doing us a favor. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope he do put that. I hope he do. Tell you can't. Segregation. Take it away.
Yeah.
No more coming together with these demons.
Why would anyone allegedly take photos of the crime scene and share them around? Now, I won't bother trying to get into the head of someone who would think something like this is acceptable.
And that a volunteer firefighter has been arrested for obstruction because he was taking pictures of their bodies and started sharing them. Now, I want you to think on these things. Now, a lot of these groups, like I got pointed in that corner right there, these groups, these YT groups, a lot of these groups, they share what they've accomplished. There are websites out here where they share what they've done. Now, you can search them for yourself. They're spread far and wide. You can research them yourself. But they do. That's how it is when people get out here and want to share their trophies. I think, this is my opinion, I think that volunteer firefighter, the reason they're not, one, showing his mugshot or picture, and two, I think that he is part of that whole thing. Because why would you sit there and take pictures of their bodies and share it unless you want to brag about it? I'm going to stress this again, the family. needs to have an independent investigator. You need also have an independent autopsy done because things have been known to get covered up down there.
Putting a face to a name is incredibly important. So despite the mainstream media releasing his name, it took them hours to share an image. Isn't that strange? Now, I had the pleasure of finding Scott Kurland's Facebook page before it went poof, and some of these posts are plain strange. They show his true character and lack of decorum, and if you ask me, he should have been fired from his job a long time ago. In one post, he shares the image of Bill Cosby with the caption of, "When the hot girl at the party leaves her drink unattended." Now, why would a married man post something like that? In another post, he encourages people to turn their backs on Brittany Griner when she was being held captive in Russia as a political prisoner. Now, why would someone like a first responder post something if they think of these types of posts? But given the circumstance,
Fighter accused of taking the 15-year-old's bodies with a gunshot wound have been shared outside of law enforcement.
It's very disrespectful to this family. I feel like our privacy was invaded.
The volunteer firefighter accused of taking the picture, charged and arrested.
Now, in the midst of all of this, I found someone who says they may have saw the boys out in town around 8:45 p.m. that Friday night. Now, I can't confirm this sighting because I did not see it with my own eyes, but source said the boys did not look lost. They were alone and walking in front of Tilted Cafe and headed east towards the mountain. Source saw them out there and actually said to themselves, "I hope no one messes with those boys." Source has also shared this information with the police, so hopefully this helps zero in on a timeline. Now with this, I started doing some more research, and the gates going up to the mountain open at 8 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. during the winter and open up at 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. in the summer. All that to say, if Source did see them at 8:45 p.m., the gates to the mountain would have been closed. This is critical because their car was found at the summit of the mountain. From talking to another source, law enforcement closes those gates and are supposed to clear out the mountain. So if the boys' car was up there past 8 p.m., it should have raised a red flag. And if their car wasn't left on the summit of the mountain overnight on Friday, that means they would have gotten up there as early as 8 a.m. Remember, they were found at 11 a.m. Now, with it being a Saturday, I'm sure there were people up there early morning to enjoy the views. Well, Saturday morning, where did they spend the night? Through some more digging, I found a few people local to the area discussing a suspicious black car out at the mountain. One person alleged that someone who lives on the mountain has a video of the car following the boys up. Meanwhile, another person mentioned seeing a black car out there the day before the boys were found and noticed it looked out of place, and also noticed there was a wine bottle outside of it. So I can't confirm any of this either, but it sure is interesting seeing how these local people talk and speculate about the situation at hand.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there, Cassidra.
This is
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's so sad. But I know somebody saw something. It's gonna come out because somebody was dumb enough to tape it, just like that man that killed Aubrey. His friend taped the whole thing and sent it to the attorney, and the attorney sent it to the news people. I'm just saying, somebody out there got a picture. I know somebody in that group that was with them. But what car was following them up there? Who was driving their car going to the mountains? And if I'm going to the airport, why am I going to the mountains? You understand what I'm saying? And then what car was behind them? Who was trailing them? Who was driving their car? There's so many questions. And they have a picture of this in those satellite cameras. All of this is taped. But they'll tell you, oh, we can't find no evidence. Sure we can. Sure we can. Georgia got cameras on their street lights. On those streets, street lights. Georgia got cameras. You mean tell me you couldn't find nothing? All them doorbell ringers and all them, streets and, the street lights that you pass and to take a picture of your tags and stuff. You mean to tell me you can't find nothing of them? Come on, we already know the blues, men in blues had something to do with this. You ain't gonna tell me they didn't. There's so much more to this story. But we're gonna do what we usually do, nothing. We're not even gonna investigate it. But I rest with that. This is the saddest thing. But we ain't had no business coming together with these people. I'm telling you, life would have been so much easier. Be around your own.
Yeah.
Stop trying to hold hands with these white girls, white folk.
Oh, well, you speak, and you know, because I can't really say too much about that. But yeah, so you know, we're gonna go to the next part, and
because I don't like how Americans, people in America, that's white and black people, try to bring up this interracial thing as if it's some cure to racism, and it's like the anecdote with all these fake illusions, you know, about this interracial thing, as if it solves problems. Now, people can do whatever they want to do with their life. That's their business. But my thing is all this fake stuff, you know, these fake stories that people like to bring up as if this is a solution to some problems, you know what I mean? And it's far from the truth, very far from the truth. One of the biggest things they try to say is that these white American people who are in these interracial relationships are not racist, they're not white supremacists because of that reason. Not true at all. We'll get into that, but I want you to check this brother out right here, speaking about an experience that he had while he was out just minding his business, chilling.
When a black man mentions loving black women in front of a white girl, I don't know what it is, but they get triggered about that shit. Like, they get uncomfortable. 2 weeks ago, my friends and I met up with this other group of friends, and we were just chilling at this restaurant. It was this European joint, real classical. While we were sitting at the dinner table, we were mostly alone, and we were just having some regular old conversation. And this one white girl with a question and said, "So, what's your guys' type of a woman?" And I just blurted out, "Black women, period." And she was like, "Oh, black women? Why black women?" Because black woman is one of the best partners for a black man. That's what I believe in. Two of my homers was also with me. One of them said, "I like white girls." The other guy said, "I like Asians." Granted, the first guy was white, the second guy was Asian. Out of all the people in the group, she instantly went back to me and said, "So, tell me more." Tell you more about what? At this point in time, I didn't think about it much. I was in a good mood. I was drinking hot green tea. What could go wrong? So I elaborated further. It's because I find black women highly attractive. I find dark and brown skin attractive. Not only that, but I truly believe that black women historically, culturally, and traditionally holds the most attractiveness to black men. They are the most perfect partners for black men. That's simple as that. This is when I started to catch on. She asked me, "Do you find other women attractive besides a black woman?" But when it comes to a black woman and a black man, that's thunder and lightning. Like, you get what I'm saying? After I finished my green tea, I started thinking. And I was like, hold up, let me find out is upset because I am a black man who isn't self-hating, that is desperate to get a white girl any chance he gets. Let me find out. She just seemed so salty about the situation. And then she said, "Well, I'm in a relationship." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And one of the girls was like, "Oh, who are you dating?" And she took out a picture. It was with a black man. Well, it's not all of them, but white women in general hates on black women. They do it. They do it all the time. They're jealous. And at the end of the day, out of all that, she decided to say I'm prejudiced.
Yep, you heard the brother there.
All right. So you want to say something about that decision?
He's telling the truth now. I mean, white women, I think they're just jealous of black women. They've always been. Always. So I totally agree with what he was saying.
Yeah.
They are jealous of, and they'll tell you. You know, sometimes you'll catch them staring, like, you know, just looking. And you'll be like, "What are you thinking? You wish you could look like this." And be out there tanning and stuff, you walking past them with your hat on because you don't want to get no darker. And they sit up there trying to get tan. You're looking at them shaking your head. Oh, they are terrible. These people, I cannot with these people. I cannot.
Well, let me see what you think about this. Let me
tell y'all why these mainstream athletes are always dating or marrying these white women. A lot of the times, these mainstream athletes don't always be at HBCUs, okay?
That part is true.
It be at colleges such as Kentucky, Notre Dame, Alabama, which are all predominantly white, okay? So when they at these colleges and you have so many white people and then you have this amount of black people that have all came up from the same roots, the same struggle, all that type of stuff, as you are not there here. So when you have these white women that meet these black men in college, they're nurturing, they do their homework, they make sure you eat, they be having cars, they do all of that or whatnot. And these men, they build these relationships with these women, okay? And it goes from there. So when they get drafted, all that type of stuff in the NFL, NBA, MLB, whatever, okay, they take them women with them because they actually fell in love with them.
All right, so what you think about that, Cassandra?
Oh my God. You know what? It's so sad. It's really sad. My thing is, some of our young ladies are struggling in college themselves, right? They don't have the money to do that. But still, are you that desperate? You know what happens. You know what these white women do. You know what they stand for. I remember one football player, I think he was, and his woman he was dating or getting ready to marry. She had a blog that talked about black folk like a dog, black men in particular. They showed him that blog. He still didn't care. He still said, "I don't care." He was gonna marry her. That's it's stupidity right there. That's some low down self-hating crap. So no, I don't agree with what she was saying. These white girls, you have to understand, they are trained from their moms. They can't get the white boys with money, right? So they go to the black men with money so they can live that lifestyle. That's all it is. It's all about money. It's not love, has nothing to do with it. If love didn't have anything, why wouldn't they marry the average, or poor, or one that's really struggling through? Why don't you see any with them? You know what I'm saying? If love really, you know what I'm saying? Come on. We all know what it's about. It's not that money has nothing to do with love. Period. They want them dollars. They want to be treated like queens. And then they want to get with these black guys. And these black guys lose their whole self. They put these white women on pedestals. And then these white women are on all kind of medications. We already saw that with the model, with what was the OnlyFans model or whoever she was with the Nigerian. He put that woman on a pedestal. She treated him like crap. Every chance she could, she put him out. He was sleeping outside. And the friends would talk about how she was abusing him. But he didn't care. As long as he had that white woman. And talked horrible about black women. That's self-hating. That speaks volumes. And a lot of these black men are giving up. They are pretty much being submissive to these white women. They are doing whatever they can to keep these white women happy. Including giving up. Look at Tiger Woods. He had a baby by it. She made sure she had 2 babies. He cheated. She couldn't wait. I'm taking half. And got half. And ain't never looked back. Probably got a white guy now. But this is what we do. We don't care. This is what we do. We want white anything. And some of these white women, you should see them. You'd be like, are you serious? Really? Like they don't even care what they look like.
Yeah. And Matron said white women don't have the ability to exert dominance over white boys, so they get with a black man and make him a cuck and produce a black child they hate.
They hate, and you better believe they hate that black child. They hate that, especially if it's a girl. Please.
Yeah.
And they dumb enough to leave. Why would you have and the saddest part is these guys leading babies. When when they separate, they lead the babies right there with them women to be abused. Now you know how they treated you, and you'll leave your offspring with them. That's about the craziest thing to me. So now this little baby got to put up with her racist family. You know what I'm saying? Now they got to conform to get along with these racist white folk that's probably doing all kinds of things to them because they got a fetish too. And they touch all their kids. Okay. So what you think they doing to yours?
Yeah.
But this is what we want.
And Erica said she got a friend that went to Alabama for football, and he said the coaches push the white girls on the players. And they do that like when they go visit, they be sending the white, oh yeah, go over there, white girl, like, get them to stay. And the complex that we got. So I ain't even gonna go onto that.
Wow.
And, but I mean, it's a whole thing. Yeah, it's a whole.
You ain't gonna tell me it's not a curse with them, because these black men, they can look like turtles, dried up snakes. They can be dried up snakes, honey. That little black boy loving that little 61-year-old woman, she looked like a dried up prune. I swear, I look like a snake in the face. And he's like 30. He's probably 30 now. He dated her when he was 25, but she was like maybe 55, look 90, right? And I mean, now they trying to have a baby and everything. He got a surrogate. It's oh God, it's so disgusting every time I see it on TikTok. Oh, it looks so nasty. I'd be like, oh my God, how could you even want her to? Oh, it's just like, oh my God.
Well, she's probably actually like 29 for real. She just
Right.
looks.
Ooh, This woman look like she's 90. She's 61, look 90. I swear. I'm like, oh my God. She looked like a little face, a little snake about a face. Just a little snake, a human snake. Got all them wrinkles. Look a mess.
Yeah, and all right, so consider because I want to do some positive before we get off of it. But before we do that, because I asked Matron not too long ago, and I asked you, when it comes to this thing here, right? Because I had a debate, and it's about whether you should talk, like, when you pulled over, right? And like, say you have a son and he's pulled over, right? Say you have somebody like, oh yeah, what you pulling me over for? No, I ain't doing this. Or should he comply, or should he like stand on business, And I'd be like, if we keep complying, then we ain't never gonna get nowhere. But they also make great points that you got to get home safe at the end of the day too. You want your child to be safe. So, and I agree with the points that Anthony and Mason was making. But so
imagine you are stuck. Okay, you're driving, you get stuck, you need help. Law enforcement comes, they decide to detain you. They decide to treat you like a criminal. They decide to not help you. All right, let's go to it. Here it is.
So they started questioning me.
Okay.
But I'm here now and asking. Yo, but am I not a free man?
Now, you're being detained right now.
For what?
Because we're investigating.
What time were you detained?
Do you have the ID on you?
Yes, I do.
Were you driving?
Yes.
Give me your driver's license.
No.
No, it's not an answer.
I didn't do anything wrong, sir.
You're driving.
I didn't do anything wrong.
We don't know that yet.
I'm telling you, investigate.
Are you the operator?
Do your investigation.
Give me your driver's license.
For what?
Because you're driving the car.
Did I commit a crime?
Oh, I don't know yet.
Did you stop me from committing a crime? Did I commit an infraction? I haven't done anything, sir.
Okay,
I'm just here working.
You know what? I will tow your car.
Tow it.
Okay.
Tow it.
Why are you being difficult?
Because I haven't done anything wrong.
Okay, then why are you?
I'm only at work.
Then if you did nothing wrong and you have no reason
to insinuating.
No, I'm not. We got a call.
Here. I'm gonna show you something.
That's all you gotta do.
I don't have to show you anything because I haven't done anything wrong.
Why are you being difficult?
I'm not being difficult.
You are.
So.
Not supposed to be.
Why?
That's why.
How
You don't live here.
am I not where I'm supposed to be?
If I'm in the back of your house,
how am I not
be there?
Guys, get your car out here.
Put it up full mass.
I guess that's it. But all right, so and Erica said she said comply to live, and I get, and I understand, because I have this debate with somebody I know about. You ever seen the movie Crash, right, Cassidra?
Mm-hmm.
So the part where Terrence Howard was getting harassed by the police, right? But he was like, "Oh yeah, be quiet," but his wife was talking back, right? So the person was like, "Yo, you need to shut the hell up and like just comply," but she was like, "Yo, you being a little bitch," you know what I'm saying? And now you're gonna be tough with me and not the police. And I kind of agree with that, right? Because we'd be like, well, we can get them later, but you can't get them later, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what can you do if it's just you and is a bunch of the police? And you see how a dude was like, no, you could do it, but they would tow his car, they would put him in hella situations where he can't, they'll mess him up, you know what I'm saying? Or if not, they just shoot him,
Right.
So it's like, where do you draw the line at between like standing up for yourself and complying to not get hurt?
Oh my God, that's so hard to, and it's hard to say because if you're not in that situation, and fear is real when you're in that situation, and just, you just never know who's gonna come to that scene. You just you never know. My thing is, oh man, I want to live. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say less is possible. And by you doing that, sometimes they still will overstep, right? They go overstep, can't you get them? You can get them later, especially if they're doing something wrong. Just let them pile it up and then go see an attorney and go and get them that way. Now that's one way you can handle it, or you can do what he just did. I mean, it just depends. I mean, when do we stop it? If you say comply, how do we stop it? How do we stop it? You know what I'm saying? Only thing I could think of is do what the Black Panthers did back in the day. We have black folk, when they, and they even have this in Ohio where they had a group of the neighborhood that was coming out and patrolling. So why don't we as black people do that? We have a police radio, and we know if there's somebody black, then we show up. We just show up to pull up just to make sure everything is good. We can do that. I mean, it's things that we can do. We can take away their bonds. We talk about that all the time. Police officers have a bond. They step out of line, you go and take their bonds. Every public officer, a public person that's holding a public seat, mayors, police officers, senators, Congress, they have a bond, security bond. You can go after that bond and they can't work ever again in life because you need that bond to work. So it's so many different ways of doing this. So why not us do it? Make sure that they're doing their job when they come and stop you. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't, then okay, we take it further. We have to do something. Keep complying to officers that being rude, because sometimes they come there cussing folk out. And you be like, "Are you serious? You really acting like this for what reason? Just because I can?" No, you still have to maintain that respect. But my thing is, we have black. Why not run for mayor office? Let's go deeper. Why not run for mayor of this whole city? And you go and you investigate the police department. You ride out sometime by yourself, or maybe not even by yourself. Just have a camera on you. Being the mayor, I'm gonna ride out sometime. They don't know my face. I'm gonna dress up and maybe I'm gonna put a hat on, and I'm gonna drive me a different car, and I'm gonna see how they acting. Why not do that? It's things that can be done in our community or with us as a whole to hold these jokers accountable. So when you have stuff like that, okay, let's send out the team. Why don't we have our own 911 team? Call it 811. So when we see a black, person pulled over, okay, we pull up. We can dial that 811 number and say, "Hey, I'm being pulled over." It should be one locally in that area. Okay, show up. Make sure they're doing their job. It's so many things that we can do. So what are we willing to do? We see this. What are we willing to do as black people? I'm willing to go the extra yard. I'm willing to get some men out there on the street like the Black Panthers did. They showed up when the police came up, didn't they? Why are we still doing that? The police, did they change? No. So why aren't we? The NOI used to do that. Why did they stop? See, it's things that we used to do that was making them fall in line. But then we stopped doing it because we thought what they were done. They were doing better. But they was okay, but we was making them do better because we was holding them accountable. We was watching their every move. Black Panthers had weapons. This new group in Ohio, where the Klan came out to their area, they mobilized. They have their own weapons. And the reporter said, "Don't you think that's making things worse by you coming up with weapons?" Well, don't you think that's making it worse when they come in our quiet community, in our black community, with weapons? Are you asking them that? Did you just ask them that? But what they said back in the day was the cities that had the guns had less hangings. That speaks volumes. Those police officers are only doing it because they're getting away with it. So we hold them accountable by showing up. That's going to make them do better. That's going to hold them accountable. And we see you doing anything. We're going to have our own black lawyers here to file charges, and we're going to start taking your bonds. We can stop this anytime we get ready. So we're going to comply, but we're going to still hold them accountable.
Yeah, now, yeah, I agree, and and I feel like you and Matron and Erica and all of y'all and Anthony, and I get it, it's just like for me, and because like I guess I'm like too reckless and like on some like crash out stuff, because like even when it was me in the situation, like I was in the situation for like an hour just because I'm like not compliant, and they just dragging it out and like. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I just finally was like, for me to leave, I'm going to have to let them like search my car or whatever.
You didn't have to search nothing because that's your right. You don't have to let them search anything. I would have told them to go and get a search warrant. I'm going to make you work for this. You want to search this car, you're going to do what you're supposed to do. I'm going to sit down on the curb. Go get your search warrant.
I ain't gonna lie.
It took all night. Seriously, you don't have to do. It's certain things that if you know the law, you don't have to let them do, like searching your car. That's totally no. You don't have to let them do that. So you make them work for that one.
Oh yeah, like I would say, like after like 45 minutes, I ain't gonna lie, I was ready to go because it was like after midnight. You know what I'm saying? I was like ready to go. So at first, and that's I was talking crazy the whole time too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh
At
yeah,
midnight by yourself before gas, really?
yeah, I was. Cause that was like they was like, oh, I smell weed in the car. I don't have nothing in there. So
You
I'm
do.
like,
I was saying, really? That's probably coming out your car.
right, so
Real. God, that's crazy. But I understand what you're saying. So it's different ways of handling the situation. Really don't really know how you really handle issue in that situation. But I wish we would establish some things that would back us up. You know what I'm saying? So we won't be out there by yourself.
Because that's what I'm saying. It makes me so mad that I even had to do it. Feel like I'm surrendering. Like it feel like I'm not even who I'm supposed to be by surrendering and allowing them to even do that. But like I knew and then it ain't like I can come back later because I get it. Like, but I don't personally think that their laws and their courts and none of that stuff is ever gonna hold them accountable. And it ain't gonna never be nothing that hold them accountable unless we do. And like that's just what I think.
Well, what do you suggest? What would you suggest we start doing? What do you suggest? Let's lay it out.
No, I agree with the suggestion that you said about as far as like how when brothers was showing up, you know what I'm saying, and they thought twice about violating somebody's rights, you know what I'm saying? But that would take us as a community getting on a certain level with each other, which I guess now is happening. So I guess it was a good thing that we forced to do that, But that's the problem, like we didn't have the deacons of defense unless we needed the deacons of defense. Anytime we felt like we didn't need it, like we invited everybody in, like from ancient times till now, we invite everybody into our circles until we have no choice to where like it's either death or we unite, and then we finally unite. And I think that's the issue as far as like, because I agree with what you said as far as like the solution, like, but brothers ain't trying to do that. Like, but you can go outside and like you should be walking anyway, carry a whistle or something. You see something going on, blow the whistle. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be running away and blow a whistle. You know what I'm saying? To just draw attention to whatever the scenario is. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be like some gangster or like like all hard or nothing, but I think that we should have some kind of responsibility to each other. Like when Bakari saw the police messing with that person and he pulled over to make sure, and the police messing with him, but he ain't leave. You know what I'm saying? Like until more of us have that mentality, then it will continue to happen because I don't think they'll ever get held accountable other than that.
Well, then we hold them accountable. Like you said, we can hold them accountable. Like I said, Black Panthers, what they do, they held them accountable. They had weapons and everything. They had to make a law to where it's called making it illegal in California to, and it's still today, even, still today, made it illegal for them to carry weapons, even though they weren't using it, they were simply holding the police accountable. And I think we as Black people, and I'm just saying, what you're seeing now with the red dude, or orange dude, or whoever you call him, Trump, you're gonna see a whole lot more Black people coming together because that home that in Ohio, they had their weapons out. They was around, walking their kids to school. They was patrolling in the areas. Why can't we do that here? If you know that you're off today, you sign up and you patrol your area. You say, hey, I'm gonna do it from 9 to 12 today. I got time. So we're gonna just, and we're gonna have a fun. You can, hey, we're gonna give you some gas money for the day because we got a fund. We didn't collect some money, so we're gonna give you some gas money. But seriously, why aren't we doing something instead of us? We can sit and complain about it, but Black folk gotta want to make some changes, and it's gonna take work. But it's gonna take us coming together to keep each other safe, just like they keep each other safe. So whenever we're ready to make some moves, let's make it happen. Because you know me, I'll do a fun. I'll go and do a foundation about it. I'm just saying. You just say you want to do it. If I got some help, we can do it. But people don't want to do nothing. It's work. They want to sit at home and watch TV and get mad about the police officers when you could be out there. That's probably your neighborhood. Get you a group, and it's take Black folk around the world. Get a group together. Get a group of 25 men. Start there. And then they get their nephews. Then they get their cousins. Then they get their brothers. It can spread. All you need is 25, 20 people. And 20 people have 20 friends. I'm sure each person bring a friend. And that person bring a friend. You could have a whole slew of people out there. Because we live all across the board, right? Okay. Why aren't you? You can have somebody, in your little area forecast. You could be patrolling that. And other people on here, what about your area? I'm just saying, these are things that we could be doing today. Now rest with that.
No, yeah, that's facts. That's facts. And speaking of that, hold on, I'm trying to pull it up now because my brother Anthony, I just seen he sent me another one. But because that's what I was gonna play as the positive thing here before we go off. All right, let me pull it up. And you're right, what I'm saying? Like, just being out there, people move different. And it was like, I know like the song, maybe people ain't really listened to the song I was playing earlier, but it's like if all the gangs unified, we stand a chance against the military tonight, But anyway, let me start with this one. Let's consider you brought it up in Ohio.
Yes.
Or soldiers.
The business owners, the fathers, the sons, daughters.
These are civilians, members of the Lincoln Heights Safety and Watch Program. It's a duty.
Okay, let's go.
The duty, protecting their neighborhood, the majority Black village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio. After neo-Nazis held a...
Hold on. All right, so I think it's a regular music. Let's play the regular one.
These aren't police officers or soldiers.
The business owners, the fathers, the sons, daughters.
These are civilians, members of the Lincoln Heights Safety and Watch Program.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
The duty, protecting their neighborhood, the majority Black village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio. After neo-Nazis held a rally here last month, carrying rifles, waving swastikas, and hurling racial slurs, just moments before children were let out of school. At the time, law enforcement officials said the neo-Nazis did not break any laws, but an investigation...
Okay, hold it. What did they say? What did they say? They didn't break any laws. Okay, so when Black folk want to come out there with guns, it's an issue, right? But they ain't had no business coming up in their neighborhoods. And Black folks should have been ready. When you knew that them foes was coming out there, they should have already been out there ready for them. And I guarantee you they wouldn't have got out that van. What you bet? Because I remember when NFAC man tried to do it, he did it. And those clans, they didn't get out that van. When they went up there to visit them dudes that shot Ari, and they was marching out there, them clans, police and the clan stayed far as they could away from them. See, when they see Black folk got guns, they run. Just like they said back in the day, the towns that had the guns had the less hangings. Okay, why? Because they knew they had ammunition. They knew they weren't gonna let them bully them. But the ones that didn't have the guns, they had the most hangings. That speaks volumes. Go ahead, I rest.
No, that's all facts,
Ongoing. Weeks later, the KKK came with these flyers.
First African American community above the Mason-Dixon line of Scott.
Safety and Watch Group spokesperson Durrance Daniels says the police did not do enough, which was more chilling because the town was founded in the 1920s as a safe haven for Black residents.
Lincoln Heights is our home. If somebody broke into your home, you call the police, and the police says, if they do it again, we haven't broken any laws. So
wait. So you mean the last time a Black town was established is when Black folks had no other choice and they didn't have DEI? And
come on now.
They had who was the Trump at the time? Because they're all Trump. Like, don't you get it? They're all Trump. Reagan, Bush, Clinton,
exactly.
JFK, your boy JFK too, especially JFK. Especially him. Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, all of them. Like, I don't understand why y'all have this fascination with this good white person. You know what I'm saying? It's
Abraham Lincoln. That's the main one. Abraham Lincoln.
Especially him. And you know what makes them the most dangerous? You, Negro. Your need for a white savior makes the white savior the most dangerous. That's why they're the most dangerous, because of you. So anyway.
Well, we're just going to allow them to break into your home again. What would you do?
Are you worried at all that having a potentially armed response could just create more friction, create more danger?
Ain't that something? Why would she ask you that?
Answer that by saying,
well, they asked Malcolm X that same question. So
and I've never felt safer as a black man in my community than I have right now.
The mayor of Evendale, which oversees the police force that responded that day, said in a statement to NBC News, "Our emphasis on de-escalation and public safety resulted in the incident's resolution without injuries to any of the persons involved."
Oh, now it's de-escalate. Now we want to de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. They are going to attack us anyway, but that's the point. You should be like, you know how they be like, yo, go back to Africa and stuff. If we actually did all go back to Africa, you know, in like 5 months, they're going to be over there again, trying to do the slave trade all over again. And the question is, what is we going to do about it? Is we going to be prepared this time? Or is we going to still like invite the pale man into the cookout? I think we're going to.
But residents here say they can't afford to wait. Every day, the Safety and Watch group escorts children to school and patrols the streets. Why do you all wear masks?
Those Nazis, we have reports of them finding our backgrounds. So we're not hiding ourselves from the residents, but we're protecting our family from what we're doing out here.
While many locals do support the security group, some, like business owner Eric Ruffin, say they wish the group wasn't needed.
We don't want to become what we hate. You know,
we don't want to become what we hate.
Oh my goodness. Say that to them black folks. Who cares? We have to defend ourselves. I'm sick of black folks talking about we don't want to become. We have to protect. It works for them. It'll work for you. Bullies only back down when you bully them back. When you hit back, you knock them out, then they leave you alone. Do they not? Okay. Let's stop acting like this is new. These crackers ain't gonna stop. Would you please stop? Please don't come and nominate. Please don't stop. Please stop. Please nothing. You do unto others. They come in your neighborhood with guns. Okay, I got you. But let me know you coming next time. I'll be out there waiting. Period.
Yeah, and the problem is he half of what we hate, but I'm not gonna go there. But the thing is, right? They be like, why do they wear masks? Like, well, why does the Klan wear robes and uniforms? You know what I'm saying? And badges. Exactly. So, but it's always in somebody. We don't want to become what we hate. Well, I know I want to become what I love, and that's me. You know what I'm saying? I want to become somebody who protects myself, my family, my culture, my background, speak my language that I want to speak, and you know what I'm saying, have the whatever I want to believe in that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have theirs. You know what I'm saying? That's me. Become something you hate. How about you become something you love America, right? So how about you become the number one in self-defense? Because that's what America does. They have the stand your ground law. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be American, how about that?
We don't want to become what we hate. You know, we don't want to become a group of people that walk around feeling like we have a reason in America to have to protect ourselves.
And
what? We don't want to have to walk around feeling like we have a reason.
That sounds so dumb to me. That don't even make sense what he said. Maybe he just didn't know what to say.
Yeah, it was because everything, even if there was no danger, everything walks around and lives with a thing of, it's called self-preservation. It's like a natural instinct to every living species, except for probably black people in the universe. Like bacteria and on a different planet is doing what it has to do to survive. It's not trying to assimilate into whatever. It's trying to do what it has. You know, the only thing in this universe that I've seen so far that try to assimilate to what kills them is black people. And say that.
And then say, well, we don't want to, we don't want to what? We want to be safe. And I'm going to do whatever it's going to take. That's what you should have been saying. We always got to be the bigger person. No, they can be the bigger person. Stay out our neighborhoods with that. Go to them white neighborhoods. Go over there and recruit over there. You're going to come over here trying to intimidate. please. Get out of here. That's what they were doing, trying to intimidate. You don't intimidate nobody. Go sit down somewhere.
Right.
But people that walk around feeling like we have a reason in America to have to protect ourselves.
And this community
That's the white side of him saying this. So
is not backing down. Morgan Radford, NBC News, Lincoln Heights.
all right. And then my brother sent this one, NFAC in Louisiana.
That's right. Don't play. Come on now. That's my boy right there. I don't care what y'all say. We let him down. We didn't do what we supposed to do. We should have protected that brother. He shouldn't be up in no jail for 7 years because of this right here. This had nothing to do with pointing a gun or pointing nothing. It had everything to do with this right here. So we put a felony on him. Now he can't do this. That's all it was about. We didn't protect him.
Yeah.
Was it supposed to be any sound with it?
Oh yeah, it sound.
Oh, okay.
But they ain't saying that. They just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like. That's why I was like, you go in. Why
we
they?
should have been protecting him. We should have been protecting him. When they picked him up, we should have been standing out there at that courthouse. You better let him go, or we're gonna burn it down. Period. Seriously. When do we show what we about? When do we protect? They go after hours. We go and hide. What the heck? What? He had all those members, and nobody showed up for his court. Are you serious? Nobody? Wow, we cowards. Look at that. That's how many people was around him, marching with him. And now look. Shoot, man, that's crazy.
Let's see.
Crazy. NFAC, boy, I tell you.
To this generation, I want everybody, before I get to these guns, look here. Every young brother, I want you to learn a skill and a trade, man. Start you a business.
That's
and then
right.
hire your little partners to work for your business.
That's right.
And then after that, keep them fucking felonies off your record. If you got some non-violent felonies on your record, holler at some attorneys and get the bitches expunged off your record. So you can start carrying these guns and come back and stand with your people when it's time. And just stop talking shit on the internet, on social media. Choose your side of the history that you want to be on, man. You want to be one of the ones that was on the internet talking shit? Or you want to say you was out here with that hind? Huh? Hey, peace and love to my man, Jim Master J, man. I thank you for having me, my man.
Grandmaster. Woohoo!
Black Power.
Black Power. I'm serious. You know what? Let me just say one thing. Hold on, there, yes. People talk about this brother, but I didn't see nobody else doing what he was doing. I followed him. I watched him. He was on Instagram, and he was talking about, different, because he was part of the Israelites or whatever, right? But he was teaching. He was trying to show Black folk and teach Black folk and change minds. So people talk and they say, oh, he was this, that, and the other with no proof. I don't want to hear it. If you didn't follow him, if you didn't rock with him, I rock with him. I love to see this. This is what Black folk need to be seeing in order for us to get to where we need to be. Black folk was sitting up there telling him, you're going to get us killed. You're dying already, dummies. What are you talking about? You're dying already if you didn't know it. For free. For not freeing your country. For not freeing yourself. For not doing anything. You were still dying. So at least if you're going to die for revolution. Revolution wasn't free. It's going to take bloodshed to be free. But this brother right here, he only went to jail because of that right there. Them guns. And what that brother just said. Because he was impacting lives. He was impacting lives. But nobody. Everybody had something to say when he got out there marching. That's what Black folk do. We've been taught how to destroy each other with our mouths. White folk will come on here and say something and we'll jump on their bandwagons. How ignorant is that? This brother trying to help you to be free, trying to help you change your mindset, and you got something to say? Shut the hell up. You doing something? No, then shut the hell up. Because I'm sick of Black folk always putting their mouth on each other. Stop it. When are we going to come together and do something different? I rest with that.
Yeah, I feel you. And let me see here. Okay, so this is, I guess, for I don't know if it's gonna play or not. I don't know if I should. I guess this is for more so experts, I guess.
Wait a minute, what's Ross saying? Hold on, let me see. What's Ross saying? He's about to do what? Turn in to radical. He was about to do. Did you know him personally, Ross? How you know this? Where'd you get that from? Who told you? Somebody white told you that? See, this is what I'm saying. With black, we just can't. Go ahead, forecast. This is what I mean right here. This is what I mean. Right here. But go ahead.
All right. So yeah, we can wrap up on something positive.
We're so afraid of something new. We are afraid of something new. We want to stay stuck. We want to stay in the past. We don't want to do nothing new. We're so afraid of anything new. It's time to get out of where we are with our mindset. It is time for us to get serious and do something different. Why is it we see a brother trying to do something different and we'll go against him? Why do we do that? Why? I don't understand. I don't get it. We say we want to be free, but then when we see somebody trying to help us to get there, oh man, we got so much to say. What? Really? Why? You scared? Say you're scared and just sit on the side and let the ones that want to do. Well, go ahead.
Throughout Black History Month, we've been highlighting people and issues that have had a profound impact on the Black community.
And tonight, we're taking an in-depth look at Black gun ownership, which has been on the rise in the U.S. since 2019. And we're hearing from Black community members who feel they've been left out of the responsible gun ownership conversation.
A quiet gallery displaying everyday people, showing off something 32% of Americans report they own. A gun.
I never saw anybody in my hometown like with a firearm in a positive way.
This is artist Christian K. Lee's exhibit at the Colorado Photographic Art Center called Armed Doesn't Mean Dangerous.
My father, who was a Chicago area police officer, like I just knew that he couldn't be the only person who was legally carrying a firearm. Those are the type of images that I was seeking to create.
A grandmother, a couple, a neighbor who loves to host barbecues. Even though Black Americans are very much a part of that Pew Research 32% statistic, about 24% of Black Americans are gun owners to be exact, for many, these images feel rare.
I think the narrative has been whatever the Hollywood has portrayed, and they're not always characters that are the hero.
Anubis Haru is the owner of 1770 Solutions, a gun safety and training organization.
We opened up our business right at the beginning of COVID. From there, we were able to train hundreds and hundreds of people in firearm safety and self-protection.
Why 1770?
1770 is the year of the Boston Massacre. A gentleman by the name of Crispus Attucks, along with 5 other individuals, were involved in a clash with the British Redcoats. And unfortunately, Crispus Attucks, a Black man who freed himself from slavery, became a sailor and was also a rope maker. Lost his life.
Haru says from the Revolutionary War to the Civil War, Black...
No, I'm sorry. He was a mixed race person who tried to be white and fit in with the white people and at a bar with the white dudes, and then they got shot. He the first one to get shot, you know?
Oh, wow.
But he was not. But anyway, I'm sorry. I shouldn't. But
Access to guns was limited, but Black gun ownership was very much alive.
Bass Reeves was enslaved, and his owner, George Reeves, during the Civil War, he taught Bass how to shoot. Once he freed himself from slavery, he became a U.S. Marshal in Oklahoma and brought over 3,000 outlaws to justice single-handedly. Dr. King, his methods and his political views were nonviolent, but he understood that self-protection was extremely important.
Dr. King applied for a gun permit in 1956, was denied, and later devoted his life to nonviolence.
Historically, there have been some negative things that have taken place in this country perpetuated against Black Americans. In the mind of some people say, hey, if they have access to weapons and firearms and all these different things, they could potentially, retaliate. It's actually the furthest thing from our minds.
Lee says in a way, he could feel invisible barriers to gun ownership.
Right, exactly, Mason.
Until he joined the military.
I was thinking about the idea of like, wow, the United States said that I'm a soldier now. And now, you know what? I have the confidence to actually go buy a firearm. Or I feel like I probably won't be judged as much. I'm very excited that the work to some degree has become like a sociological project. So I'm excited that
What is wrong with this dude?
Help and challenge people in that way.
Lee and Haru are both challenging stereotypes. Lee through his images, and Haru through owning a gun and teaching others how to legally do so.
Lee's exhibit on.
All right, facts, Mason. Stop lying.
Yes, please stop.
Yeah, but shouts out to black. It should mean you're dangerous. You should be dangerous. There's nothing wrong with being dangerous. Nothing wrong with being angry. You know how they be like, yo, black and angry.
Go get your license, you guys. Go get your license. Period.
Yeah. Your concealed permit, if you have one, and all that stuff that you can get.
Some places you don't need one. If you're in Texas, go get your candy bar. How about that?
Yeah.
You're gonna need it for what's coming. And if you don't have one, shame on you.
And also like stocking up on bullets, because if they have another depression.
Oh yeah.
I'll consider there's one more thing before we go. And this might can go into what we're gonna talk about next week when we talk about. I'm gonna write this stuff down, Cassidra. Okay. So I'm gonna contact the sister. That's number one. And then also about disappearing. So remember this. I'm gonna forget. So I'm gonna try to write it down when we get off here though. But disappearing.
Go ahead, I'm gonna write it down.
The topic next week, you talking about disappearing.
Oh.
Like our jobs and us disappearing and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Known as Nature Jab. Now I've done videos on this young man right here for people who may not know him. Okay. And I've done videos on him in the past because he's one of the young people who's doing something productive with his life. He's smart. He's motivated, positive. Check him out. His name is Nature Jab, Julian Brown. I would like everybody to check him out if they have the time. He comes from a place called Douglasville, Georgia. He has a channel and he goes by Nature Jab on social media. He's like 23 years of age, doing very interesting things. He created his own system where he turns plastic into fuel. He's passionate about it because he wants to clean up the earth and spread his message. He feels as though, a lot of this plastic and pollution is destroying the earth and it could be used to create fuel. So he does things, he made his own gas station and things like that. He builds these reactors. He's also a certified welder as well. And he even has a mentor. I've made videos about this man right here, maybe at least 4 by now in the past couple of years. This brother Moses West, who supplies water to black communities nationwide, Puerto Rico, things like that. So, Julian Brown, Nature Jab, is on to some good things, okay? Being a humanitarian, a good person. Now, the reason why I'm asking if white people are trying to hurt this young brother, check this video out.
What?
A few days ago, 2 days ago, all 10 of my lug nuts on my front wheels were loosened completely. And one of my wheels almost flew off going 70 miles per hour on the interstate. And of course, I had my car in the shop to get the wheel bearings replaced. So the first thing I did was call the mechanic, of course, and be like, what is this? Why are my lug nuts not tightened? And, on the phone, he sounded really, really distressed. Like he was it sounded almost like somebody was holding a gun to his head the way he sounded on the phone. Like he sounded scared and like he wanted to get off the phone with me as soon as possible. And he told me on the phone, he was like, well, your bushings on your car are bad and the vibrations from the bushings cause the lug nuts to loosen. I tightened them. And you don't even have to work on cars to know that that's absolute BS, right? The bushings, if your lug nuts are, tightened completely, that is not going to affect that at all, your bushings, because my control arms and sway bars and stuff do need to be replaced, but that had nothing to do with the lug nuts coming off. So I don't know, like I still to this day don't know if it was him or somebody else, but what I do know is my lug nuts were loosened and I was one lug nut away. By the time I pulled over, all but one lug nut was on, and most mechanics, they might miss one, might miss two, but nobody misses all five by accident. So I don't know what the heck is going on, but there's certain precautions I'll take from now on when I'm driving, checking my car and stuff, because that was just too close. Way too close, and then the other side was about to come off anytime too. So I thank God, I thank everybody for your support, and I'm just gonna move more cautiously, because that's crazy. And, that story of some bushing stuff is crazy, too.
This is so sad. Anytime we try to do something for us, just like that dude in Burkina Faso was doing for his own people, and you guys can keep up with him as far as all of the stuff he's done so much, right, within a few matter of months. And they've tried to kill him 20 times. That's ridiculous. Seriously. But what I would do, I would send people, whoever was trying, I would send people back to them. Seriously. So the only way we're going to stop this is you retaliate. You have to do unto them as they do unto you. And that's the only way. And he's in that position because it's time. This is our time. This is our time. This is Black folks' time to rise. And when it's really weird when the rabbit got the gun, okay? They don't bother the rabbit when they got the gun. But the ones that scared to get the gun, those are the ones that's getting hung. Those are the ones that lug nuts coming off. You understand what I'm saying? We have to get busy. We have to do what we need to do. It's up to us. It's mandatory for us to take care of us. And we ought to get them used to taking care of us. Somebody should be watching him. He should have security around him. If this is what we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Have a garage. Put your car, do something. It's some things that we can do to, to have, to keep us safe. But when you know that you're doing such a great job, you got to have some people around you. You can't be doing this by yourself. Just like Gaddafi, he was in Africa trying to change the money and do everything. He didn't have no help. Sankara, he didn't have any, no help, no security. Why? We can't do this stuff without help, without security. It's mandatory. We have to do things different. We have to move differently. We can't do what they did in Black Wall Street. They didn't have security around their properties. They didn't have security around their area. If we're going to have our own communities, we have to have security around them. We have to be ready to protect at all costs our families. We don't let KKK members come up in our area and not do something about it. No trespassing. KKK. If you got to put a sign up there, when they trespass, we handle our business. Seriously, it's time to do something different. And I rest with that.
Yeah, and the most dangerous thing that we could do, like getting on here and be like, yo, if I could get everybody to take up arms and do whatever, that's not even the most. The most dangerous thing I can do is to get other people, to get our people to not be sustained on them. You know what I'm saying? So that we create our own water.
Yes.
We don't have to pay a water bill no more. We're not paying them for lights and air and whatever else we pay them for. If we can find a way to get sustainability, that is the most dangerous thing that you can do. Like they could take you like fighting them. That's what they've been planning for. But they cannot take is you not depending on them anymore.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what will crumble their system. You know what I'm saying? We can fight them all day, but the minute that you understand that you never ever needed them is the day that all of this stuff ends. You know what I'm saying? That
the day we come together, and depend on each other. That's what they're afraid of. Black folk coming together. That right there. Hey, Nicole, that right there. Right there is what they're afraid of. If Black folk getting on one accord. Black folks scared of that.
The world is scared of that.
That's the main thing. They don't want to see Black folk come together.
Yeah.
And we know how. We know, didn't we come together for that chicken sandwich?
The problem is like you said, Black people are scared. Might be Cassidra. I want to show you this, Cassidra. This is for Black people who still on the same thing, still talking about the same things, and this is how it sounds to me right now. That's why I just stopped talking about it.
If an officer stops you, always be polite and never ever run away. Promise mama you'll keep your hands inside. Is it a gun? Is it a knife?
That's what they sound like.
Is it a wallet? This is your life. It ain't no secret. It ain't no secret. No secret, my friend. You
looking at her like, what the hell?
Living in.
You're looking at her like, what are we doing here?
American.
Like, don't touch me, Negro.
Oh my God.
Oh man. That's what y'all look like when y'all
She
still
sung a
talk
whole
about this
song
thing.
about that. And Hillary Clinton looked at her and said, all lives matter. All lives matter. That's what she said, didn't she? All lives matter. But all lives aren't dying. Exactly. Let me put that. Yeah, you need to display that. Why is she singing to Hillary? Exactly. Why? Hillary didn't do nothing. Her husband, she called us predators. Why would you sing to her? She the one started it, called your children predators, didn't she? Okay. When she had no evidence, no nothing. She just, this is what, we can say anything about Black folk and their children, and they'll come sing to us.
Listen,
Willie
y'all can keep
is still alive and well.
Listen, that's what it sounded like. She was basically saying the lesser of two evils. That's all she was saying.
They both evil. That one right there, that's the Black Widow right there.
That's the lesser of two evils right there.
That's the murderer. That's the one that'll get you right there. Looking at you like, what you sing? What are you singing to me?
It reminded me of like that Eddie Murphy movie. Like, it was like, evil is good. But anyway, Cassidra, before we get to wrap up everything that we said today. So what is your thoughts about everything?
Oh my goodness. Let's be careful. I think about the young woman who's in the school without, the white dude had her and knocked her out. And I think about that, and I think about we have to get back to really protecting each other. I think about the twins. Even though they was together, they didn't have a whole lot of details about what happened to them. So how did they come to the conclusion that it was murder-suicide? Is it because you said so? No, you don't get to say so. We need some evidence. We don't need you to come out and say, oh, this is what we think it is. No, we need evidence. And that's literally what they did. They came out and they said, oh, it looks like murder by suicide. Well, how do you come to that conclusion? I don't know how murder-suicide looks. Did you see a weapon? No. Then how was it murder by suicide? Because I don't think they said they saw a weapon. So where's the weapon? So what did he do? After he died, he got up and threw the weapon. And then what are you doing? What are we doing here? Make it make sense. That family needs you to make sense of it. But I want us to, like, hey, we seen some protection here. Get your license. You're going to need it. Get your bullets. You're going to need it. Okay? Let's just not act like we don't know what's going on here. Let's just not act like because they didn't call you the N-word that they're not racist. And what really threatened them is when they seen those how many guns was it? Like 1 million? And he was trying to get it up to 3 million guns. That you think that didn't scare Black folk? Scare white folk? When he first came out, I knew that they was going to try something. We all knew it, but we didn't know what. They gave him 7 years for absolutely nothing. But what did we do about it? We didn't protect him. But this is what we do. We don't protect anybody to stand up to protect us. We will, just like Paul Howard. He brought charges up on the officers in Georgia, I think it was, and in Fannie Mae. They supported her. The police backed her. And Black folk voted her in. Make it make sense. That made no sense to me. When you know that a person is being backed by the police, that officer's lawyer backed her. Do we not think that she was going to work for them? And she dropped all charges. Or actually, she handed it over to somebody else and let them drop the charges. That's how they roll. You know what I'm saying? But we don't understand that we have to start recognizing things like this when we know that they're sold out. Fannie Mae sold out. We knew that. Why did we vote her in? See, we have to be very careful. All this voting and stuff. Vote if you're gonna vote the right people. Vote for Black folk that's gonna do something for you. Or why don't you start running for some of these offices? We can run for mayor's office and change some things and have like 3 or 4 who are city council members voting with us, running with us, so we can change some things. But we have to get to the point where we are really understanding and ready to make some changes. And this should be now. If we don't do it for us, who's going to do it for us? We're going to continuously seeing different things that we've seen tonight being displayed. If we don't do something about it, who will? We have to be tired, and we have to begin to want to see change in our communities among Black folk. And we have to start making plans. We have to see, okay, the KKK coming in your area, coming in your neighborhood. Why can't we prepare when we know they're coming? Why do we wait till after they come, then we prepare? No. When are we going to do it before time? Just like right now, we're supposed to be investing. How many are invested? Just like right now, we're supposed to be stocking up. How many are stocking up? Right now, we're supposed to be like, getting our stuff together, getting our weapons together. How many are doing that? Getting your water, that's what we should be doing. Why do we wait till after things are needed? Then we'll run to the store and ain't no toilet paper. I don't know what they be doing with all that toilet paper. I don't understand. That's the first thing everybody run out. Everybody worried about wiping their behind. What is that about? Toilet paper and paper towel. You go to the store, you got bread with no toilet paper and paper towel. What are you doing with toilet paper? But I'm just saying, we have to get back to the basis of understanding and making plans. And now is the time to plan. And I rest with that.
No, I agree. And I would say this as far as it's putting money behind your local candidates too,
Local candidates, yes.
And I would say for my last words, I don't have a gavel, and I just want to be free. I ain't finna be nobody chattel, right? He's like, I wish I could see through Selassie eyes. Maybe my sovereignty will still be mine. If all the gangs in the world unified, we stand a chance against the military tonight. So, shouts out to Matron in the building. Y'all subscribe to Matron. Y'all could click on her channel. She could put her channel in there, but she has great readings, especially every Monday at 7:00. So y'all subscribe to her. And she read a lot of like history, like Black histories from like modern history and like ancient history. So like I learned a hell of a lot on her channel. Shouts out to Nicole Smith in the building. Shouts out to Raw in the building. Appreciate you coming through, Raw. Shouts out to Erica. Appreciate Erica who was in the building.
Yes, Erica.
Coco, Bitter Medicine Podcast.
Anthony.
I appreciate you. My brother Bakari was in the building. Shouts out to my brother Bakari. My brother Anthony. Shouts out to my brother Anthony. And everybody else that was listening. Now, Cassidra, I won't play the rest of this. I know you don't have to listen to it. Y'all don't have to listen to it, but y'all should listen to the words of this song. But anyway, I'll play this and then we go off.
Awesome. Thank you, Matron. She put her channel in there. Forecast, were we supposed to be hearing the music of it? Was we supposed to hear the music?
Oh, my bad. I couldn't even hear it.
No, we weren't hearing anything.
I messed the whole thing up.
I was just trying to.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm sorry, Cassidra. So I'm glad I could say this thing. I'm sorry, Cassidra. I don't mean to
I was like,
play this type of. I don't mean to play this type of song. Anyway, Cassidra, because it's like rap. I hope you can hear it now. My bad, y'all.
Do we even want to hear it? Forecast. Go ahead.
You do. I think so. That's good. Okay. I think so. You should listen to it. All right, my bad, y'all. That's my bad. My bad.
Okay, I was like, do we supposed to hear it? Go ahead. Okay.
Look at the side of the problem, you niggas know. Look at the side of the problem, you niggas know.
Keep your gaze, with your flow. Can't fuck with this top dog shit though. Keep your gaze, with your flow. Can't fuck with this top dog shit though. Keep your gaze, with your flow. Can't fuck with this top dog shit though. Keep your gaze, with your flow. Can't fuck with this top dog shit though.
Wish I could see Haile Selassie. Maybe my sovereignty will still be mine. If all the gangs in the world unify, we stand a chance against the military tonight. I said we stand a chance against the military tonight. I said we stand a chance against the military tonight.
Babylon, Babylon. At my window, all I see is Babylon. On the news, all I see is Babylon. And all niggas do is just Babylon. Money and hoes, more money and hoes. If I sold dope, I'd have plenty of flows. I spin the projects like J-Rock. I would've more than likely slang rock. All my life, I done been around Crips and Bloods. Pimps and thugs, just to name a few. I do drugs, mama say it's in my blood, but she don't know what the fuck I've been through. To creep through the back door, the typical black boy in the good old USA. Before I push rhymes like Wade, I used to want to play for the NBA. Fuck I'm doing talking about pineal gland. Ancient ways of Sumerian. Ain't nothing wrong with a righteous man. That's why I had to write this, man. For my niggas on the corner selling water to somebody's daughter, fluctuating prices, man. I ain't got no dabble. I ain't trying to fight nobody battle. I just want to be free. I ain't trying to be nobody shadow. Nobody shadow. Nobody shadow. Nobody shadow. Nobody shadow.
Wish I could see Haile Selassie. Maybe my sovereignty will still be mine. If all the gangs in the world unify, we stand a chance against the military tonight. I said we stand a chance against the military tonight. I said we stand a chance against the military tonight.
Them AK clips, they extra peel. Smoking on some of that extra kill. Purple, Urkel, that Jaleel. I put that on everything. If we could link up every gang, and niggas is willing to bear the pain, we put the White House lights out today. Okay, KK. We mobbing like we the black KKK. Don't forget my AKA Mayday. P on your PhD or your AA. Hey, dear Barack. I know you're just a puppet, but I'm giving you props. You're lying to the public like it ain't nothing, and I just love it. I hope it don't stop. I don't give a damn, nigga, bang that block. I don't give a fuck, nigga, bang that Glock. I seen an image of Hitler in the picture when the Twin Towers dropped. Peep the concept. You got progress, you got Congress. We protest in hopes they confess. Just proceed on your conquest. I ain't got no gavel. I ain't finna fight nobody battle. I just wanna be free. I ain't finna be nobody chattel. Nobody chattel. Nobody.
All right. So I hope y'all heard it that time. But anyway. All right. So I'm sorry about that, Cassidra. But as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.